Psalm 27:4 starts out like this: I've asked one thing from the Lord, it is what I desire. How would you end that statement? Just think to yourself, this is what I desire. I've asked one thing from the Lord, it is what I desire. Here it says one thing. What is the one thing out of everything that you can possibly think of that you would ask of the Lord? What is your greatest desire of Him? And I'm not talking about the genie in a bottle type thing. You get the one wish and you try to figure out, how do I make this wish so it multiplies and all these types of things. I mean, that's not even reality. I'm talking about what is the one thing over everything else in your life you would desire. How would you finish that statement? Listen to how the psalmist finishes that statement and see if your answer would be something like this: to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, gazing on the beauty of the Lord and seeking Him in His temple. Basically, the psalmist saying is, I want God. I want my Father. In the New Testament, since Jesus has been here, we would say, I want my Father. I want to spend time with Him. I want to gaze on His beauty, it says. I mean, this is such a great picture of how strong our desire should be. I get the idea when I read that, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord. I get this picture of a love-struck young man who desires this beautiful woman, who wants her more than anything else. He can't take his eyes off of her. He's just so fixated on her, so focused on her, that the world could fall apart around him and he wouldn't even notice. He wants her so bad. The natural affections, they do that. We could get so focused on things, different things, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, whether it's a thing, whether it's a job, whether it's a title. We get so focused on those things that we don't see anything else. But the psalmist is saying, I'm not really worried about all that stuff. I want God. I want that deep, intimate, personal relationship with my Father. I want to be in His temple. I want to be close to Him. I want to be around Him. And you can just kind of imagine that He wants to know Him. It doesn't say those exact things, but that would all go along with this. That He wants to know Him. He wants to be with Him. He wants to spend time with Him. It's all He wants. For all of His life, He says. Now remember, it would be easy to think that when He says for all of His life, that all He wants to do is sit around in church all day long and do nothing else but hang out in church. But I believe this is much, much deeper than that. Because remember, this physical life on this earth is only a small part of our eternity, our eternal life. Every single human being is eternal. We usually think of death as like the end and that's it. But it's not. Death is just a transition from this life to our final eternal life. And that's either going to be in heaven or hell. And of course, as a child of God, our desire should be to be with God in heaven, obviously when we die. But we also should have a desire to spend time with Him now. It says all of my life. And I take that as our physical life plus our eternity in heaven. That should be our desire. That should be what drives us. Out of that desire will come everything else. Out of that desire, God will, have a deeper relationship with us. We will have a deeper relationship with Him. We will be able to serve Him better. We will be able to love others better. We will be able to care about others better. Everything will be better if we have that one single desire, if we make that our main focus. So I would encourage you today to think about this statement. What is the one thing that you desire above everything else? If it's not God, if it's not a deeper, more intimate relationship with Him, if it's not to spend time with Him, you need to confess that to God. You need to readjust your focus. You need to ask God to help you to change. I've definitely had to do that. I have to do it sometimes multiple times because I can lose my focus just like anybody else. And get focused, get refocused on that one main thing and see how that changes your life. If this video has been encouraging to you or helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave any comments, any questions, and may God always bless you.